Cleveland Clinic, Florida provides individualized treatment plans for excellent outcomes of health problems ranging from the most common to the most complex, even in cases considered untreatable by others. Cleveland Clinic, Florida. Every life deserves world-class care.
Hi, welcome to the KVJ After the Show Podcast.
Kevin's eyes look insane, but he's got new hair. Virginia is a witch, and she farts in her chair. Jason is a spaz who's got an old man's ass. Welcome to the After the Show Podcast.
Yeah, hello. Happy Monday. Welcome to it. Yes. Had a fun little weekend. It was nice. Just got to chill. We had our cocktails karaoke on Friday. Got through that. Thank you for everybody came out. Came out early, too. We started at 6. I didn't know what we were going to get, but we had a good crowd. So.
We did.
Yeah, thanks everybody that came out for that. That was a lot of fun. Then Saturday, just kind of like chilled. Yesterday, I did the pond tiki for my daughter's 21st birthday.
Woohoo! I saw your video.
Yeah.
You were a party dad.
Yeah, you know what? I was talking to somebody afterwards. It's a dad, and it's, with kids, everything's a different phase. And this is kind of a interesting, weird phase that, I'm going to be getting into with my twins. My older twins turning 21 is that, now, they're going to be able to drink. So, what is this like? Because, I'm a guy who, for a big part of my life, I like going to bars and hanging out. And I grew up, doing a lot of that kind of party stuff and went to a party school.
You're just telling my story, too. I'm the same way. It's scary.
Yeah, and so it's really kind of interesting where you're like, all right, but it's your kids, and so what do you do? Where do you go? Yesterday we went on the boat just to make sure that we were there to, my wife, and she brought a friend with her, and so we were just kind of like, I guess chaperoning is probably the best way to put it, just making sure that, stuff was tidied and this and that, and if there was anything that needed to be handled, that we'd be the ones to handle it.
And plus, you guys get along, too. It's not unheard of to have your parents at your party.
Yeah. So, I had a great time. I was like, oh, my gosh. In fact, I got into it. Next thing you know, I'm doing Jell-O shots. I'm like, when do I do Jell-O shots?
Were people getting, that's what I wanted to know. Were these kids getting drunk?
Yeah, they got pretty loose. Yeah.
Okay.
They were getting at it. Yeah.
Was that making you weird?
I don't know. It's not
as
really.
As soon as you get drunk, it's fine.
Yeah.
You don't worry about it.
Oddly enough, no, it's not really weird for me. I don't know. They're just young, and it's what you do. And so, I thought maybe I would think it is more weird than what it was.
Because the only reason why I asked is because you said you had kind of felt weird going on there.
Yeah, I think what's odd is just, as you are as an individual and as you get older, I think sometimes, that's kind of part of where I am is going, okay, sometimes I still feel like I'm 25.
Right.
I don't feel any different. I'm like, I like going out and having a good party. And, that's just kind of it, where it is kind of weird now where, hey, I think biologically guys can be like, yeah, I prefer, I'm more attracted to an older woman, but you'll be, hey, that girl's kind of hot. You'd be like, oh, wait, should my daughter say? Okay. Yeah. And that kind of stuff, you got to kind of remind yourself, be like, okay, you're old enough to be her dad.
Well, when you're on the boat, because I fall into this too, you fall into the whole, okay, I'm having fun, I'm cool, I'm having a great time. You don't see yourself as old, but they see you as ancient.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
Remember how we used to look at our parents when we were 19, 18, 21?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We just thought our parents were just older than dirt.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know. I totally.
It's a weird thing.
Well, and that I think would be the interesting thing to get the take on. Okay, when they look at you, are they going, okay, it's weird that your dad's here and your dad's partying, or are they going, that's kind of cool? Yeah, I like your dad.
Only if you are trying to do Jell-O shots off someone's stomach, or
okay, yeah.
Look, you're
who's down for body shots?
Yeah, if you're trying to do body shots off Caitlin's friends, then it gets weird and you're a creepy dad.
Yeah, okay.
If you're there celebrating a birthday with your daughter and having some drinks, there ain't nothing creepy about that.
Yeah. Okay. So it was, it was interesting. I had a good time. I don't know if I weirded anybody out, but yeah, it was fun. So it was good. And they're all good kids.
You weirded them out not because you were drinking; it was because of your eyes. No,
yes. Well, that's why I kept the glasses on.
I'm kidding.
I'm watching you do it to figure out how I'm going to do it because you're setting the template.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's just it because, I think as a parent, a lot of times, you do have to kind of like set the tone for responsibility because if the parents are out of control, then, I mean, the kid's going to be like, well, if it's good enough for my parents, then,
Right.
And so I've had to tell myself a couple times, be like, okay, you got to start setting a better example. You can't be Rager Dad, you got to back off a little bit.
Keg stand Kev.
Right, yeah. Yeah, you need to.
Rave Dad.
Right. So, I've had a couple talkings too with myself to say, but, like I said, it's tough because I grew up in it. Like I grew up in an area where people drink and party pretty hard. And like I said, I went to a massive party school. When I was there, we were like the #1 party school in the country. And so I just, I grew up and I wasn't from New Orleans, but it's probably similar mindsets.
Yes. I think LSU and Ohio State, back when we were in school, or Ohio University, they were always like 1, 2, 3, 4 party schools. When I went to school there, the drinking age was only 18.
Right. That's crazy.
So, I mean, lunatics from all over the country would apply to LSU because they knew in their own home state they had to wait till they were 21. But in Louisiana, they could be 18.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, we got the derelicts of the nation.
So that went on in the mid-'90s, didn't it, still? You could drink.
Yeah.
I remember I played baseball with some guys from Louisiana, and their whole thing was they had the license, but would it not work? I don't think it worked in Florida. It would only work in Louisiana.
It would only work in Louisiana.
Yeah, but
I
I
you could
remember
be 18 and drink.
I remember thinking, holy shit, I can't believe they're allowed to drink. These guys should not have been drinking. Legally, they should not have been.
Yeah. So I think it is, in fact, even Maria in the chat room's like, yeah, my youngest turned 21 last year. We went on a cruise last fall, and it's so weird to see her at the dinner table with a glass of wine. And there's something about it that's kind of odd. But, hopefully, if anything, I can, at least be like, hey, look, you can make a lot of bad decisions. You could ruin your life by
Look at my 2 front teeth.
Yeah,
They're
right.
half fake.
I know. Yeah, I've made a lot of mistakes. Thank God, honestly, I never made a life-altering horrible decision partying the way I did.
Any of us could have.
Yeah, you're right. And so I'm fortunate, but don't gamble like I did. Just, and they seem like both of them are pretty, like they'll drink, but they don't seem to be crazy like that, which I'm very thankful for.
I tried to be so stealth for as long as I could without my mom and dad finding out that I was drinking, because I never drank in high school. I was a goody two-shoes in high school, and it wasn't until my last 2 weeks in college that I finally started to drink. In my freshman year, boy, oh boy, man. I could tell my mom knew something was different. She was sniffing around, asking certain questions. Like, I got to tighten up my shit.
Right?
Mm-hmm. When did she figure it out? And when she did, was she hot pissed?
It was my dad so what had happened was me and my buddies, we came back to my place, and then they got me in my place, and I went to my freezer, and I took all of the frozen food out, and I took everything off the dining room table. I laid on the dining room table, and then I made a blanket out of all of the frozen food because I think I was trying to make my friend laugh, and then I fell asleep, passed out. He left, and then my dad woke me up with all this frozen food on me.
Always been weird.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't just be normal and pass out in the yard.
But my dad was cool. He didn't rat me out. He found out first.
But he was cool.
Yeah, he was cool about it. My mom, not so much.
Not so much, huh? Well, we're getting over the funk, and Ashley's got something to let you know about. Doctor on Demand. Kind of interesting. It's a lifesaver for when we're sick. It's an app called Doctor on Demand. It accepts health insurances, and my normal office visit copay is $35. And on Doctor Demand, virtual visit is only $10. They can treat everything, or they can't treat everything, but 90% of the time, we just describe our symptoms, and they're able to call us in a prescription without us ever leaving our home. You talk to a live person via something like similar FaceTime, and you can either set an appointment or get someone immediately. I've used it for my kids who are 3 and for us as adults as well. They even have a feature where you can zoom in on things like tonsils, throats, when you suspect strep, etc. So there you go. Thought you might find this useful for your next sickness. Doctor on Demand.
I like being swabbed, though. I mean, especially the kids. I like to know what they got. And for the strep and for the flu, those are things you can't see from FaceTime.
Right.
On an app.
Well, and the other thing, too, that I wonder, because the doctor listened to...
Listen to your breathing.
Yes, and that's how he knew it was the bronchitis, is he could, you hear bronchitis, I think. So for me, I don't know if that would work when I had the bronch.
Right.
So I think they got to hear it and be like, yeah, you got some funk in there. Gary's got a question about CBD oil.
Denny's!
Can you recommend what percentage CBD oil to purchase?
The highest number, I would think, right? Yeah.
Is that your high voice?
He said, I'm assigned in Poland at the moment.
Poland. It sounds cold.
Does it?
I think it is.
Can you recommend what percentage CBD oil to purchase? Somebody in Poland says that they have 5% at $50 for 10 milliliters.
Yeah, I mean, that's about right. I've seen it like 5 to 10 to 15%. They have different levels depending on which ones you go with.
I think you're saying what percentage should you purchase?
I think no matter anything you get, I think it's about 5%. So that's totally fine. So, I mean, it depends on what you're treating. I would just look up your symptoms because you might not even be the CBD that you might necessarily need more so for your symptoms. That's the only reason I recommend going to a doctor and having them like kind of explain to you all like how the CBD and the THC work.
And if Denny's is saying go to a doctor, that is something because this cat is not like the medical profession.
I've seen a lot of the doctors are now doing the alternative medicines, which is cool. So, I mean, there's other doctors, not even just like, what they're calling pot doctors. There's actually doctors who are recommending
It's becoming mainstream.
It's becoming mainstream.
I mean, the oil stuff, the CBD oil, everybody and their mother is talking about that. Even when I was talking about Chewy not feeling well, I got a bunch of comments and emails. Oh, we give our dog CBD oil.
So, yeah, the cool thing they're saying, since it's an, organic medicine, what's cool about it is it doesn't necessarily cure stuff. What it does is it helps treat a lot of things. So stuff that you wouldn't even need pills or anything else for, you could just treat with the CBD, like minor pains, minor aches, sleeping, appetite, all that type of stuff can be controlled with that instead of taking a prescription drug.
What about annoying coworker?
Damn, dog, when I'm sick, you're going to fucking come at me like that?
And this bitch keeps coughing on me, and it's not cool.
I was going to tell you how pretty you looked in that old-ass dress.
This dress is literally older than my child. It is so old.
That fucking artifact you got on?
But if you go to the doctor, you can get the higher CBD percentage, like some of the over-the-counter ones.
What's the highest you've seen?
I think like 20%.
Okay.
So, but yeah, it's in a hemp oil. I mean, they do hemp oil, or they could do from the marijuana leaf, the cannabis plant, either one. So if you probably don't want any of the, I think, so here's the weird thing, like there's trace amounts of THC in there, but not enough to drug test on. So if they're drug testing at like a threshold of 0.8, which is like your regular Walgreens drug test.
What you would get at a concert if you were sitting next to somebody.
Yeah, so even that won't trigger from a contact high, but like they say the hair test down to like a 0.3 or something. It's a little more accurate, but even still, trace amounts of THC don't even recognize at that level. So you would not feel the effects of it, even from the THC one. I mean, I guess some people could mildly, but if you go with the CBD one, the CBD oil derived from the hemp plant, even though it's still in the cannabis family, it's less THC than it would be in
this is
the
what
other.
Kentucky John says. Ever hear of him? He said, I swear I got a buzz off the CBD oil like a light Xanax, but I'm sensitive to that kind of stuff.
Well, so some of you wonder if it's like psychosomatic, because I mean, you're thinking about, you hear CBD, which
Am I high? Am I high? Am I high?
Okay.
I mean, and people do have different sensitivity levels, man. Like,
I can see
it's like
Kentucky John doing that, sitting around. Am I high? Am I high?
Am I high?
Can be in your head too.
I love dating suits. Am I high?
But I mean, people have experience with the CBD because they have topical treatments too that you put like right onto a sore spot, and then people have noticed like a tingling sensation in that. And I don't know if that's from a plant or some additive they have to the product, but I mean, it could be like people are sensitive to it more so than others. Absolutely.
Okay. All right.
It's pretty cool though.
Well, Kentucky John has another question here he sent an email about, but this is about the vag.
Denny's, you want to stay?
Here.
Okay.
So the
He's
vagina.
He'd like to get your insight, Virginia, our local plastic surgery expert, on vaginal rejuvenation, what it is. Is this some kind of a trim, or does this have some tightening going on? Really need to know.
There are so many different vaginal issues. So just like your ball skin, Kentucky John, your vagina skin can get looser over time. And especially if you've had kids and things just get stretched this way and that. And
Or
maybe,
you like playing with it a lot.
maybe you like to pull it and tug on it and have a friend pull on it. It can stretch it out.
I'd imagine if you did pull a lot, it would absolutely stretch out.
Absolutely. Anything with cartilage or skin, all of that over time loses its elasticity. So, especially with your weird parts, like your elbows look weirder as you get older. Your penis and balls are going to look weirder as you get older.
I played with my balls too much.
Your knees, that's another one that they're going to look weirder as you get older. It's just life, baby.
Okay. So you can do something to give yourself a young vag.
You can clean up the outer labia. You can clean up the inner labia. You can reduce the amount of flappage you have on either one of those areas. You can also tighten the area in between the butthole and the vaginal opening, which is the taint.
Or the bridge.
The bridge. You can do a lot of work down there, Kev.
Can redo the taint.
You can clean up the taint and make the vag tighter.
Question, and I don't mean to be crass here. Can you do work on your clitoris?
Sure.
Can you make it bigger?
I'm sure you could if you needed to or wanted
Or
to.
would you want to make it bigger? Or would you want to tighten that thing up? Do girls want a big clit or a small clit? That's a great question.
It's a great question.
Okay.
I think you don't want it to be too big and you don't want it to be too small. Because if it's too big, it's constantly going to be rubbing your underwear and then
Oh, fuck
Oh,
yeah.
yeah,
Happy
okay.
Monday.
happy Monday. And maybe if it's too small, then somebody can't get at it.
Okay, but really, if it was too big,
If it was too big, that would present a problem.
a
Because,
good problem.
well, it depends on if you want to walk around being stimulated all the time.
Well.
I forgot who I was talking to.
Yeah.
He's half hard right now.
No, I gotta Google this now. I got what?
I think because it's all about, well, blood flow down there. So
Okay.
if you've got a lot of blood flow, the clitoris does get enlarged. And so if there's blood flow to it and it's bigger and it's rubbing your underpants, I can tell you it definitely does friction stimulate.
Okay.
You wouldn't want it to be too big.
Right.
I think, because then you're always walking around like looking to rub it on somebody.
Well, I think just the fact we're having the conversation's half the battle here. I think it's a good thing.
You think you won?
Well, we should talk more about these things.
We should talk.
All right. Well, there you go. We're learning stuff. Let me see some spillover from the column outs. Joshua Pennington. I want to call out Kev for giving us the fun fishing story, but then directly following it up with suicide.
Oh,
With all the work put into preparing the show, you would think you could put those on different segments.
damn.
Yeah, it's kind of, when you have a story like that, it's really kind of hard to find a good spot.
On this show, yeah.
Yeah, for something like that.
We're trying to be 99% of the time goofy.
Yes, but at the same time, I don't want to, completely not acknowledge, that had happened and to give our sympathies.
And honestly,
Absolutely.
sometimes being live on the air, things just happen, and you can't really just go with whether it's the right call or the wrong call. It's just the call that happens sometimes.
It is.
And
Yep.
that's live, baby.
I hear you, and that's always the tough part when you have something like that, trying to figure out where in this show you put it.
And once it's out, you can't. Let's take it back. No, it's out there.
I usually do it at the end of the show typically, but I didn't want to, if they are in school today, I didn't know, and I didn't want it to be to a point where like no one would hear it. So I did it at a point where I hoped that they would be able to hear it if they were
And that's
going.
Broward. I don't think they're on the same spring break schedule as Palm Beach County, so I think they are back in school.
So that's why I wanted to do it at that time so they could hear it. So yeah, it was tough. I'm getting ready to say it, and then all of a sudden, Jaybird's puking in the trash can. I'm like, oh, it's probably not a good time now. He just barfed wasabi. Like, okay.
So it's my fault.
Yeah, well,
Kind of,
Well,
yeah.
you never know. As soon as I'm getting ready to go, oh damn, he just ripped a nut open.
Hashtag
Something. Yeah.
Bird's a dick.
Yeah. Well, you just never.
Whatever. You gave a sick person fucking wasabi. I thought it was peanut butter.
He was calmly chewing, and I was just like, okay.
Oh, I gave him a lot.
Yeah,
No
I saw
kidding.
it.
I have felt ill the entire show. I'll put my fucking professional face on.
He said it hurt his butthole.
It hurt everything. It hurt every hole. Every hole that I have, it hurt.
And the other Jay Pennington said, I also want to call out the bird. He let us down the past few weeks.
I know, he has.
I get that you're sick now, but what's the reason for the subpar bird performance before that? He has lowered the bar for the Pennington name. Come on, Jaybird Goober Natural, really?
Goober Natural.
Give me examples. Don't fucking act like,
Goober Natural.
don't act like you're a serial killer and get all cryptic. Tell me what I'm doing wrong, baby.
When I'm forced to side with the witch because of you, it makes for a sad day. So there he is. Very critical.
Give me that.
of all of us. Those Penningtons.
Give me this bullshit.
Boy, how about those Penningtons?
They
huh?
jump all over each other.
I know, right?
Shouldn't they be hashtag same team?
So
Yeah.
I wonder if I'm really fucking related to this person because they're coming at me.
Maybe you are.
Maybe, yeah. Oh, it's going to be an awkward reunion this year.
How will Thanksgiving go?
All
Yeah.
these fucking critics, Kev. We can't do a right thing here. Kevin's saying shit at the wrong time.
Eric had a Walmart nightmare story.
Ooh.
Heard y'all discussing the stupid and crazy people at Walmart during the show last week.
In real life or an actual nightmare?
This was a bad situation that happened. I want to tell you what happened via the Walmart is that almost 12 years ago, I was 15. My brother was 9. We were waiting for my mother to be done in the bathroom. And as we were waiting for her, this family is looking at my brother and myself. Well, my brother's adopted, so he's mixed and I am white. They asked my brother if he knew me, and he said, yes, he's my brother. Well, the family thought he was lying and called over security, who told me I was being detained for attempted kidnapping. Luckily, my mom came out of the bathroom and said, stop harassing my kids. Get away from us. Yeah, that's really, my kids, and that's his brother, and blah, blah, blah. But apparently it caused a really raucous situation there. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. You never know what's going to happen in the wall.
Craziness.
In the wall. I had to pull through the wall yesterday because I was going to Rapids to pick up Magnolia.
Yeah.
So I tried to do that shortcut where you go like around the backside of Walmart.
Yeah.
But I missed the first turn you're supposed to take.
Okay.
And so I had to actually drive through the parking lot. Whoa.
It's a lot of
It's
action.
a jungle in that parking lot.
Well,
I mean,
yeah.
it is. People were arguing, and I don't think they knew each other before they got to Walmart.
It's so
They were
busy.
arguing in the parking lot. I'm like, geez.
It's never not busy.
I think, too, it's smaller lanes to drive down in that parking lot. The Walmart on 45th Street, I think they've made it more compact in that parking lot.
Really?
And people are on top of each other, and that's what that makes them like, rah, rah.
Probably. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was not peaceful at the Walmart.
Whatever it
yesterday.
is, it creates this whole element of chaos.
Not that I haven't seen shit go down at the Jupiter Walmart and at other Walmarts, but yes. And maybe because I go to this one a lot now, but if I go to the one by here at work, if I go 5 times, 3 out of the 5, there's going to be something to report back on.
I go to Jupiter all the time, and I love Jupiter because it's so trashy, but I've never seen anybody in the Jupiter Walmart parking lot like arguing like I saw yesterday in the West Palm one.
Okay.
I'm thinking I might need to switch Walmarts.
What did the person call Denny's the other day at Walmart? A crusty-looking bitch or something?
Crusty ass bitch.
Crusty ass.
Crusty ass bitch. Pretty awesome.
Crusty ass bitch.
Crusty ass bitch.
I love it.
Let me see. James, I met you at the Italian Fest yesterday at the BB&T Center, so it was a pleasure to meet you.
Yes, I was out there all day Saturday.
Okay.
Yes. And then they had the Panthers game Saturday night. Mm-hmm. We didn't leave there till about like 10 p.m.
Yeah, he said I had a bad ex-girlfriend story. I was dating this girl. She's about 35, and her mom would cook, clean, make her bed, do her laundry. Every time I would come over from work, her mother would be sleeping in bed with her. And then anytime we went to a concert, I had to buy 3 tickets. She'd be like, oh, you don't mind if I bring my mom, do you?
The mom slept in bed with her?
Yeah, and apparently,
She was 35?
Yeah, and they got to the point where it was like going, hey, can we live together? She's like, not unless I can bring my mom. And he's like, all right, this is enough. So,
Whoa.
yeah.
Yeah, he was the bartender. He was a nice guy.
Okay.
You always make friends with the bartender, Kev.
Oh, I know you do, yeah.
Bartender, the sound person, and the surgeon.
You're right.
And the cops.
And the cops.
And the cops. And the guy serving the Doris Italian Market. Oh, my gosh. The Stromboli Jaybird.
Yeah.
You would have loved it.
Good stuff, huh?
Oh, so good.
They do it outside or inside?
Outside.
Okay.
It was all set up in that area right in front.
Yeah.
Where they normally have like the, inflatables and stuff where you can play little hockey games.
Yeah.
It was fun.
Cool. Good deal. This one from Ashley and Josh in Green Acres said, hey, I love when you guys do the craft beer podcast. I think anybody would agree they're the most entertaining and informative. Okay. My husband and I agree that Matthews Brewery is our favorite local brewer in Palm Beach County by far. I know the Kevin Ralston is a big fan as well. I was hoping you could use some of your star power to set up an ATSP with David Matthews and possibly his brewmasters.
Ooh.
Maybe even do a live one there one weekend.
You should.
Yeah, that place has been so consistently awesome since they opened. Everything from the product itself to the concept and atmosphere is top notch. Whenever we go, we always talk about how great it must feel for it to be such a success. It'd be awesome to get his point of view and hear some of his story about how he made this happen, as well as what the future holds for them. So there you go. Yeah, I was just there on Saturday. I went in there and checked it out. But yeah, I'm open to probably the new project I'm going to get into is I want to put together a craft beer podcast series. Oh. Yes. I'm going to try to work on that here and maybe even start it this summer and go to all the different breweries and, talk to them about the different stuff they do and make a video podcast. And that way, because there's so many now. And if you want to find out, and different breweries are starting to specialize, like, for instance, like I love Civil Society's Fresh. And so they're really good at those New England-style IPAs. It's kind of good to know what, some of the signature beers are at some places. So, so we might hopefully do that and get some other beer enthusiasts maybe real soon. Let me see. Jessica was raving about Cheddar Scratch Kitchen Steak. My husband and I just went there. He was blown away. He said, best restaurant steak I've ever had.
What's the name of it?
It's Cheddar's. You ever seen it? They got one in Wellington.
Yeah.
I've seen it out there, and I was very intrigued.
Yeah, he said he always has a hard time getting restaurants to cook his medium well steak properly. I even had a piece and agreed. Was wondering if Jay Bird could use his insider skills to find the recipe for their 14-ounce ribeye.
I will try to get some insider skills first, and then, I'll get you the ingredients.
Jessica would like to know.
What are these insider skills you speak of?
Sounds like someone who's really connected. That is not me.
I've always seen those Cheddars.
Me
I've
too.
never been in one.
The one in Wellington, I've driven by it a couple times.
I've been in there, yeah.
What's the? You probably didn't have anything good, did you?
No, we went. I don't remember what I got specifically, but it was okay.
You probably got a salad.
Yeah, it was okay.
How do you not remember what you ordered at restaurants? I could literally tell you everything I've ordered the last 10 years at any restaurant I've been to.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah, I remember vaguely just going in there a Sunday afternoon. It was fine. I mean, I liked it. I wouldn't say it was.
Is it like Olive Garden? Is it like Carrabba's? Is it more like?
I'd say on the same level as Carrabba's, but I don't know that it was necessarily like they specialize in Italian like Carrabba's would. But it looked like it had kind of like the feel of a Carrabba's.
Is it more American?
Yeah, I would say American cuisine.
Is it like a cross between Shoney's and something?
I would say it feels like a Carrabba's, but with American cuisine.
Appetizers, were they?
I don't remember.
Are they burger heavy? Are they chicken heavy?
I think it's all kind of like the standard fare like that. Yeah,
Do they have
burgers, chicken,
seafood?
pasta. You would see your salad selections. Very typical of what you would see at most standard restaurants. Probably like on the same lines as a Applebee's or Chili's. Probably
Okay,
Applebee's,
is it like
more
an Applebee's? Okay.
Yeah.
I gotta tell you, Kevin is a terrible restaurant eyewitness. My goodness, terrible.
I love Chili's. Not so big on Applebee's.
Applebee's, Chili's is definitely better.
Chili's is way better.
I think Fridays is better than Chili's.
No.
Yeah.
There's no way.
You're right.
You're talking out your ass.
Well,
now.
I don't know if I'm talking out my ass.
You're talking out your wasabi ass.
Let me see. Somebody said the croissants are amazing.
Yeah.
At Cheddar's?
Yeah.
Cheddar's has croissant?
Croissants. Yeah, a lot of people are loving it. They said Cheddar's is amazing. So
Getting a ton of people. 2 people.
Interesting.
Uh-huh.
I'm not above it. The name of the restaurant is Cheese.
I know.
So right there, you've put me in a good mood, and I normally don't do the chain thing, but I'd be willing.
Very home-style cooking, somebody says. That's how they would label it.
Don't do that chain thing. What a diva. I don't do that chain thing, Kevin.
All right. Let me see. Eric said, hey, I was just curious if you guys would consider bringing back headphone karaoke. Maybe throw suits into the mix.
I like it when we do the duets. I think that's fun.
You know who wants to do it and has been on my wasabi ass for months? Magnolia wants to do headphone karaoke.
Okay.
We kind of started mixing it up by having duets and stuff like that, and I thought that was fun. I like that better than the individual.
So
But that's just my opinion.
come in with your partner and do a duet. I'll come in with Mags.
All right.
Who's your partner? You can't pick Denny's.
I'm not going to pick Denny's. I'll pick Chewy.
Let's take that.
You need to pick Randy.
I don't know if my dad would come on and
Come
do that,
on,
though.
he'll do it for you.
Well, he's not even here, so...
when he comes back.
if he comes back.
For the return of Randy.
I don't think he would do it.
Come on.
I don't think he would do it. I really don't.
He's a musical man.
I know.
Not going to do it, huh?
You should tell him how important it is to you.
What? It's really not, though.
Come on.
To lie to him. do you like that idea? Well, I think we've talked about that before, bringing in our own partner.
Yeah, I mean, that's just it. Being able to get somebody to come in, in the morning, that would be the tricky thing for all of us to be able to find somebody. I mean, it's not, real convenient for a lot of people's
Well,
schedules.
Mags is she's waiting.
Imagine that.
She said she'll be late for school.
Virginia's over here fucking muddying up the bit. Let's bring 9 more people in.
It'd be a challenge. But, yeah, I mean, it's something we could definitely consider bringing back.
I don't think have me and you ever gone head-to-head versus him and Denny's? Have we ever done that?
Oh, like a duet battle?
Yeah.
I feel like we have.
Really? I think it's
Yeah.
always me and Denny's versus... I always thought it was old versus new. Old blood, you and Kevin. Old, real old. And new, me and Denny's.
We can switch it up.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, someone have an email tomorrow. Bird, you guys have done that so many times.
Yeah,
They're writing it right now.
Yeah, you're right.
probably have. Let me see. Got an email here about when the Weird and Whatever podcast going to be coming back on.
It's been on.
Okay. When's the next one? I think they want to know.
It was, what had happened on Thursday, we thought it was going live, and by the time we were done with it, it was not live, but the chat was available. So for 2 hours, people were sitting there talking, where's the Weird Whatever? We had to upload it after, so we had a technical problem. I apologize, but the Weird Whatever podcast for last week is up on the KVJ YouTube page.
It's there. It just wasn't live.
It just wasn't live. Yeah, we usually go live, but yeah, it is back. We only missed one because Denny's had to produce his wife's play a couple weeks ago.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And they want to know, has the studio moved to your apartment?
We are doing our first test run today.
Okay.
So if it works, we'll put out a video today.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the plan.
That's exciting.
Yeah, but then I want to invite you guys over. I want to do some one-on-ones with y'all.
What does that mean?
You know what it means.
One-on-one.
Are we chanting?
I don't know.
I want to interview Kev. Get what's behind
What's
the man?
behind those beady eyes?
What's behind those
Behind those beady eyes.
Yes. And what's behind all the sass of this ass over here?
I think you know. In fact, you know too much. Yeah, I want to do that podcast too with all of our spirit guides.
We'll do it here. We'll do it at my place. Absolutely.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And SG's the one who would send in the email about Lil Wayne. Said, yeah, the law firm I work for did a real estate closing for Lil Wayne, a.k.a. Dwayne Carter Jr. He sold his Brickell condo and purchased a property in Miami Beach to reside in, and purchased a property in Miami, which most likely will be used as a recording studio.
Oh.
So there you go. And Lil Wayne is currently in the next round of the Best Florida Celebrity. You can go vote on that at kvjshow.com. And see if he continues on. But I think he's getting knocked out in the second round. I think is the way it looks. So we'll see what happens to that. But, yeah, go to kvjshow.com, and you can jump on that. And you all right?
You definitely sound like you're on the mend.
Okay.
Turns out wasabi, not good for a cold.
So sorry.
Can actually,
I'm so sorry to everybody.
That's okay. Don't
It's
worry.
okay.
You're fine.
You're fine, pipe duck.
Actually, I think Lil Wayne's actually already been eliminated.
Really?
Yeah. Actually, never mind. He's gone. Yeah, Flo Rida took him out.
Oh.
So there you go.
Flo Rida took him out.
Flo Rida took out Lil Wayne. Yep. And Pitbull is now crushing Flo Rida.
As he should.
Yeah, I think so. I think Pitbull will. Who do you think? What do you think the final four would be? Trump's gone.
And Estefan's going to make the 4.
I know you want to see Estefan. I know you want to see
Olivia
Newton-John.
Where's Estefan right now? Who's she going against next?
Estefan right now is going against. She's going against Jennifer Lopez. And yeah, she's doing well. She's got double the votes of Jennifer Lopez.
Nice. So who I want to take this whole thing is the Cinderella story. I want Olivia Newton-John to win the entire tournament. Come on.
She's whooping Joe Namath right now. She's got
Nice.
double the votes of Joe Namath. So it looks like Olivia Newton-John is going on to the Sweet 16. That's pretty crazy. Yeah, but you still got Michael Jordan.
Are you
in
just
this.
over there singing
He
off
is.
mic the hits of Olivia Newton-John?
Vanilla Ice going to be tough to take out.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? I think he's going to go against his boy Adam Sandler next round.
Really?
Ice is going to win with our audience, I think.
Think so?
I do.
He's just ingraining himself more as Florida than Adam.
I mean, you could honestly say Vanilla Ice, and this isn't home cooking here, he is involved, at least in Palm Beach County, with he's very Florida now.
You're right.
He really is.
You're right. That TV show is like here all the time.
But is it about who is your favorite, who is
Yeah.
the best, who's the most popular, who's the most Florida?
Yeah, next round will get really interesting. It looks like we're probably going to have Michael Jordan versus Dan Marino.
Now Dan Marino wins, I think.
You're probably right. Olivia Newton-John. A-Rod is beating Jack Nicklaus by vote. That's an upset to me.
I don't like anybody beating Jack.
I don't like that either. Yeah, he's only beating him by a vote, but that's the closest one we have is Jack Nicklaus versus A-Rod right now for best
Who does-
South Florida celebrity.
Who does ONJ go against?
Huh?
Who does ONJ go against?
Oh, and what is it?
ONJ. Who
Olivia Newton-John.
Thank you,
He's
Virginia.
trying to, pipe duck over here is trying to
Like,
mess
I'm
up your
like-
flow.
I'm like, wait, what's going on? I couldn't understand what he was saying. It's like I was watching his lips move and everything. I'm like, I can't. It's not clicking. Whatever you're saying.
Who's she got?
She's got Joe Namath.
Oh, yeah, okay. You
Yeah.
already told me that.
That should be an
I did.
easy win for her.
Did you just spit on yourself?
All the time. I'm a very moist lady.
Dwayne Wade is now whooping Bruce Springsteen.
He should.
Yes,
Yeah, I agree.
He should.
In fact, I don't even know if Bruce really belongs on that list. Why? Because he had a horse stable out in Wellington?
No, he's got a home. He actually works out like I think every Friday morning during the season when he's
Oh,
out there.
what the
There's
shit
some
do I
gym.
know?
Yeah, yeah he's around a good bit.
Did we ever put TLJ on there? Tommy Lee Jones?
I think he's moved. We had talked about
I think
it.
he got bumped.
Yeah, I don't think he is around anymore.
He was tabled.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was
It
out
was
that day.
I think it's going to be The Rock versus Dwayne Wade next round.
Ooh.
Bye, Dwayne
Two
Wade.
Dwaynes.
Bye, Dwayne Wade.
Ooh, I don't know.
Kevin, The Rock is going to rock bottom his ass. There's no way The Rock is from South Florida. There's no way. The Rock's bigger. He's way bigger.
Okay.
I'd bet my entire face and Virginia's legs and eyes and teeth.
I'm going to be a
a
pretty
lot.
tore up looking bitch if I had to give up my eyes, legs, and teeth.
That would be tough, yeah. All right, KVJShow.com. You can go and cast your votes right now. We knock it down to 16. Sweet 16 will happen on Thursday. So you got just a couple days to get those votes in for the round of 32 we got for South Florida's best celebrity. You guys have an amazing day, and we will talk to you later. Goodbye.
Cleveland Clinic Florida provides individualized treatment plans for excellent outcomes of health problems ranging from the most common to the most complex, even in cases considered untreatable by others. Cleveland Clinic Florida. Every life deserves world-class care.